So, the conversation. The conversation, in my opinion, is the easiest component of the AP French Language and Culture exam. The reason that it's the easiest component is that you are able to logically and chronologically follow along with the conversation. It's on the paper. Now, the key downfall that I have faced and that most face on these is that you lose track of which one you're on. You're so caught up in trying to listen closely into what the conversation is communicating that you forget which section you're on and therefore are unable to supply the correct response based on what it's asking for. Now, the solution to this is to hold your pen next to each one and you make a dot next to each line of the conversation once it has been surpassed. That way you keep on track. Furthermore, with the conversation, the most important thing to do is to make notes of what the general words, the general concepts within it, and figure out what he's asking, he or she. You've got to figure out what it is this conversation's about and what that specific excerpt of the conversation is referencing. And once you do that, you are able to formulate a general response that, although you don't understand most likely what it's saying, you are able to reply in a general, non-specific way that fits the general format you identified. And with that, you're able to gain the minimum scoring, at least on every single conversation. By one, keeping track of where you are, most important thing, the easiest way to fail at the conversation is to lose track. And secondly, it's whether it's a paper note or whether it's a mental note. I advise mental notes just because there isn't much time within the conversation section, but if you make mental notes, okay, he asked about where should we go to the park. In that case, I know that the conversation will be detailing what we'll be doing at the park. You think of the logical questions that accompany the words you heard him say, even if you aren't able to fully understand the sentences or even general ideas. You listen to the words, and from that you can make a decent estimation as to what his questions will be or what he expects from you. Often the way it works is they'll propose a general idea and you are then left with the specifics. Well, what would you prefer? Where should we go if we are to go out? You're able to really guess the questions with these exams. They're quite patterned, and you can see trends within them in the way they label the answer choices and in the way that the conversations are usually set up. It's quite formulaic. You usually elaborate rather than coming up with new claims. But thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed my video.